So anyway, so she's walking around and she's seeing strangers as potentially dangerous until proven otherwise. So she sees dogs possibly that way too, I'm not sure. She's getting real comfortable because of Jojo's out here. That's what that is. So she's looking real good though. She's staying right with us. Okay, so I need to let Jojo know that I understand that's your disposition. I understand that's what you think about people. So I'm not going to necessarily disagree with that. I think the easier route with her and her age, because she's not looking for a fight, you can get bit by her if you're a stranger and you put pressure on her. I'll let her know, I don't need you to tell me and I don't need you to decipher. I don't need you to growl, bark, or anything like that. In fact, I'll disagree with that, with punishment. I just need you to trust me enough and respect me enough to let me lead this. Meaning if I want to talk to this person, I will. But here's the thing. I don't need to hear anything from you, but here's the thing. They're not going to touch you. I won't let them. But you're not allowed to go up on them either, Joey. Okay? So she'll learn that over time, that's how she will start, but then over time, having these experiences with these people, she starts to realize that they're not a threat because I have them hang around long enough that they don't harm her, and she actually starts to even drift away into a nap, 15, 20 minutes of talking with these people in different situations, whether it's going to be on the walk or if it's down here like it was the other day. I had the garage door open and I was painting, and I had her on the bed with me, and an Amazon guy came down. He's seen my guitars and my painting, and we talked. And at first, the truck comes down and she gets alert, right? I want to see what she's going to do. So I could correct right there because that would just disagree. That's not for you, right? But I wanted to see what she was going to do. So they came down. She still didn't do anything, but she was tense and alert, which again is the time to correct. And then the door shuts and she goes, woof, one bark, and I said, shh, and I tapped her and she doubled down on the place bed and was a good girl the whole time. He came over, she looked, but then she just kind of felt comfortable. But when she put her head down and showed me that respect, I gave her a pat on the head. Like, thank you, good girl. Talked with that guy like 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. Nothing, you know? And then he left, and I organically eventually got up and break, let's go out into the world, let's go potty, let's go for a little walk, and then go back in. So she's getting those experiences where she's being told, you're not the one to decipher whether or not they can come in, I am. And so, because that's a resource potentially. To me, I see it as a potential resource, okay? I see that person as a potential resource, I see that dog as a potential resource, and we know that I get them first up, you know, I get to decide how this is going. Because she respected me, she just listened. It was like really easy, you know? See all these natural things, and I'm seeing how the dogs react. Because this is how we train. We present them with something that we think they can handle, the situation, and then we monitor their behavior. So if they do something we don't like, we let them know we don't like it. If they do something we do like, we let them know we liked it. And then we shape them. That's it. But here's the thing, like if you're doing this with your dog, that's all you're doing when you're with your dog. You know, I mean, other than like just hanging out here and there, but you're not putting them in situations where you're not doing that until they're developed. You're not saying, today we're gonna go walk and we're gonna work on like our behavior out in the environment, and then tomorrow we're just gonna go and have a fucking party out in the environment. Even though it's a different situation, you're teaching the dog, you know, the dog needs to learn outside the house first, in my opinion. You need to be able to have them under control and work on that. Until you have your dog under control, it gets boring because your dog's under control. Then you don't have to practice anymore, and then you can go reap the rewards by just going and living life with them. But you train them in situations that they're gonna be in. Walking down a street, in a car, you know, in a store, on a hiking trail. The skills you're going to need, and you keep working on it every time your dog's out of the house, every time the dog's out of the kennel, you're working on it until the dog doesn't need you to work on it anymore, which could take a year, you know? So that's what you do. That's what you do. You're always teaching, and then they develop. They do get to a point like, oh, Jojo's already developed, but now I'm tweaking some things for her. They get locked in. Around 3 years old, you're pretty locked in, you know? And so Jojo's been waiting. Test this blacktop. Oh, we're set, baby. We're all good. Okay, here we go. Good. Good. Here's the barking dog. Go. break. Yeah, girl, let's check it out. I can just feel that Jojo understands that this is my property, and that she's. I think she feels like she's part of our pack, but she definitely just doesn't feel like that's her responsibility, and she respects me in that regard. She trusts me too, that nothing's gonna happen to her. I'm not gonna let someone come up on it. Like, I can direct a human too to go away, you know? So, I don't know. We'll see what happens when we get off property and we're in a neutral environment. We're on really around a lot more strangers, a lot more going on. We'll see what position she tries to take. But right now, this is exactly what I'd want from her, right? She's not even paying attention to those dogs, which I know she would want to in different company, you know? So, let's see where her mind goes. It might go to marking. Really, she's really just waiting for me to decide what we're doing, you know? Because if I start going this way, she starts following me. And if I immediately just don't say anything to her and turn around, you know, she's just keeping an eye on what I'm doing, which is the mind, that's the follower. So that means that's why we can now show her exactly what we like. I can put her in situations, say, I don't like that, I like this, and teach her, because she's open and willing to learn now. Look, good girl, I am so proud. Oh, you are just a booger. Oh, now you a booger too? Oh, okay. Oh, okay, so what's going on here? What's going on here? This is what I need to happen. I need to get these jumbled messes and then say, everybody stop. Because that's the skill, remember? That every dog needs to know. No, you know, you say one sound and then the dog stops what they're doing. And it's good to see if you can do it when they're excited and when there's kind of a mess, a little bit of a mess. What you doing? What you doing, sir? What you doing? Oh, yeah, she's a good girl. Oh my God. You see what I'm doing? And I didn't ask you to, but that's just what you can do. That's the power of reading and saying what you like, what you don't like, and getting them in that space where they respect you, and then all of a sudden they start basing their behavioral choices off of what they think you like. And that's when you say, man, this is a good dog, right? Come on.